And Brian, back with you on SportsCenter. The Brooklyn Nets COVID woes continue. The league announcing today they've postponed tomorrow night's Nets-Blazers game as Brooklyn does not have the required 8 players available to play, making it the 3rd straight Nets game the league has postponed over the last week alone. So who's in health and safety protocols for the Nets, you might ask? Actually, it's easier to tell you who is not in the protocols because 10 Nets are in there right now, including the big 3 of Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving, who has yet to play a game this season after the Nets acquiesced and said they would let him be a part-time player. Joining us now, NBA senior insider Adrian Wojnarowski. What's the latest on Kyrie and when we might potentially see him suit up?
Well, because he's in protocols, he first has to test out of that, and he's got to provide 2 negative tests over a 24-hour period, like everybody else, to get him out of protocols. And then when he starts to ramp back up with the Nets, it's going to start, 1-on-0 workouts, and then you work your way up from there. Remember, they haven't had him in the gym since the preseason, and so it's going to take the Nets and Kyrie Irving a while, to get him at an NBA level before he returns. So, certainly his return is coming in the near future, but it's a little difficult on a timetable because he's in the protocols now. And then how long does it take him to ramp up once he's able to start working out with coaches and his teammates again?
Woj, I don't know. Count me a touch confused because on Sunday we saw the league amend roster additions so that teams could add players so that they could avoid having to postpone games. Nonetheless, we sit here with the Nets. What happened?
Well, here's what I was told would happen with that Nets-Portland game, that the Nets had a couple players with inconclusive tests, and they had a couple other players who are not in protocols, Blake Griffin, Nick Claxton, who injury-wise, there was question about whether they could play tomorrow in Portland. So the idea of flying the team across the country with enough uncertainty that if things went a certain way, that they wouldn't have enough players. And if some of those inconclusive tests became positives and the possibility of spread, they decided to hold the Nets back and, see if they can get them moving toward that Laker game on Christmas Day later in the week.
Exactly. It's no disrespect to the Blazers or any of the other opponents that they've had to postpone, but all eyes on, I know some grown people who are talking to Santa, like, please make this happen for me. I've been really, really nice, and I'd love to see it on ABC on Saturday.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.